What's up guys, Matt Tolvers. Today I'm going to review this Fitness Reality 810 XLT power rack or squat rack. It's the cheapest, the most popular power rack on Amazon right now. The same company, Fitness Reality, happens to own my two favorite cheap weight benches. One being my favorite, just under $200, and my other favorite around $100. Both benches have over 800-pound weight capacity, which the power rack also has. 800-pound weight capacity, so they go hand in hand. You can get a combo on them, and there's also some pretty cool attachments you can get for this power rack, so I'm going to kind of talk about that. So let's do a review on this. All right guys, here it is, the Fitness Reality 810 XLT power rack slash squat rack. This thing comes in at about $250, give or take. This thing weighs about 133 pounds. It's 83.5 inches high, so it's not too high. So it should be able to fit in a lot of people's basements or in their maybe apartments or whatever. So that's pretty good, but it's still tall enough for most people, even if you're pretty tall, can use this. It has an 800-pound weight capacity. It comes with these J-cups. Well, I'd recommend the Yes for All ones. They're rated really good, and they have the rubber on the back and the bottom, which is going to save your Olympic bar knurling from getting destroyed, because these ones are metal and flat. But this will do the job if you're just using one of these cheaper Olympic bars. You don't have to really worry about it. And then it does have the safety spotter arms, and then kind of like the J-cup type thing on the front here. It does have the flat feet, so it keeps it pretty balanced. You don't need to drill into your floor or anything. And it's pretty stable for what it is, 133 pounds. It's pretty stable, and it does come with this multi-grip, which is actually up higher. It's a pull-up bar, so I think that's really nice. In a lot of power racks, you have to spend extra money to get that, and it does have these kind of structure bars on the back to help support it more. And this is the dip attachments I bought extra, but you can also get landmine that comes with it, which you can use the 1-inch standard bars or the Olympic bars. You can get Olympic weight plate holders to hold your plates. They also have like a lat pull down machine that you can add to the back, which has a high and a low pulley. So you can do all sorts of workouts with that. If you guys want me to do a review, if you guys want me to get all the attachments and do another review with all the attachments up close and personal, just leave a comment saying you'd like to see that, and if I get enough comments, I will do that. And this is the Fitness Reality 2000 weight bench, and I love this weight bench. It's my favorite weight bench, under $200. I'll go over it a little bit here in a second, but I do have a review on this that people are loving. And they actually have an upgraded version with the wider backrest now. So this is the older version. See how it's wider? That was like the only complaint with people with this weight bench. Both over 800-pound weight capacity, so perfect for this power rack, for anything you want to lift on here. Most of us can't lift that much, but it's extremely strong. And it has decline, incline, all that stuff. It has a zero gap option, kind of like the Rep Baby 5000. Where you can close this gap. It's got the nice leg attachment. This is the 2x2-inch upright. So if you're gonna get any attachments besides what I link or what they actually have specifically for this power rack, then just make sure it's 2x2 with the 1-inch holes. And obviously some of the bigger ones, like say my T3 power rack, this has got a 2x3. So basically most of the attachments won't fit properly on this. This is 14 gauge, but which 14 gauge is plenty. When you talk an 11 gauge, I'm not even close to maxing out that. Probably like 3 of me could barely max that out. So that type of stuff is overkill. So for this price, I mean, 800 pounds, Coop from Garage Gym Reviews, which most of you guys probably know. I just watched his video, and he had a bar with 875 pounds on it, and this thing didn't even basically bend or anything, just the bar bent. So that definitely shows this thing can handle more weight than almost all of us can dish out. So I want to mention, like I said, these are 1-inch holes. They're 3 inches apart, which isn't too bad. They have these little markings here every 3 just to kind of help you. So say you're like, hey, I'm putting the J-cup in the one with the hole, with the notch. So that's easier to do it on that side, so you're not one off trying to get them the same. Or you could be like, oh, it's the one below the one with a notch. But what I personally do is I get one of these markers that are made to mark on metal. I'll show you what I did on my Titan T3 power rack. So like, see how there's an eye right there? I don't have the best handwriting, forgive me. And then I put D and B. D just means decline, and then just bench, like flat bench, and then I for incline. So these low ones, these numbers I have is just for the safety spotter bar. So if like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do bench. I just pull this out, slip it through there, and then I also have it on this side so I can get it even right off the bat. And then my higher ones where I have it marked in the higher, bench decline is the same on there, then incline. So then I know this is where the J cup goes, right here when I'm doing incline. And I have it based off of the bench I have here. Do it on that side too. Just makes it way quicker than trying to figure out the holes. So I'll put a link in the description if you guys want these little metal pens. They have them in all different colors. So these are the dip bar attachments. I don't have the other attachments, but I will do a review on that stuff if you guys want me to get those. So yeah, I have it turned the opposite way just to show you can do it from the outside or the inside. It does kind of curve one way. So if you want it to be closer or if you want it to be more out, you can face it whichever way you want. Has this pin. You just pull out the pin that's held on by this, which is nice. You don't lose the pin. And you just pull it straight out. It does have some rubber in there to keep it from scratching up and maybe making some noise. It does have that little logo there. Super easy to slide it right back in the thing. Grab this little pin. There's the hole right there. Slide it, and then you got to make sure to get it through this side if I can see. So there's that on there. Then you got your safety spotter arms here. That's just to keep it from coming out. You just turn it, slide it out, and see if you can do this one-handed. This is solid metal, so this definitely does feel like it would keep you safe. See if I can do this here. Okay, there you go. Slide it through, and then turn it back down. And then here's like I said, the J cups that come with it. I don't recommend these. Starting out, that's fine if you have a cheap bar. But if you want something that's going to last, I would get a real J cup, which I'll put a link in the description to the one I recommend that will fit this well. It's rated well. So there it is, nothing special, but it is kind of nice. It comes with it. Not something you have to necessarily buy. Here's the support beams. They stick out, as you can see, to give you more room, but I don't recommend squatting from right there just because that bar kind of gets in the way. I would turn around and expect to squat from this side, which is fine. This is 2 feet right here, so you got 24 inches back and forward, and it's about 3.5 feet wide. So that's almost the same as, exactly the same as my Titan T3 as far as wide, but I did get the deeper 36-inch version, but the regular is only 24 inches. And then you can see I got the extra attachment, which is 24 inches. This is obviously overkill for me, but who doesn't want a super solid rack? But you know, you got to spend the money for it and you got to have the room. This one's also a lot taller than this one, so not everybody's going to be able to fit that. Some people just want something simple. And we're going to talk about these benches here now. This is the Fitness Reality 2000, which I highly recommend with this. If you want a bench that you can do some ab work with, you want to have the zero gap option, 850 pound weight capacity. You can see it says the degrees, 85, 60, 45, 30, 20, 0, and then negative 50, which is obviously decline. It's got the ladder style, so it adjusts super easy. The zero gap option. I have to go on the other side to show you here because the pins are on the other side, but this also folds up and down really flat if you guys want to do that. And then this leg attachment pops out. So let me get on the other side so I can show you what I'm talking about. Fitness Reality 2000. Like I said, this is like $186 bench, guys. And they do have the upgraded version. If you buy it now, it'll have the wider backrest, which is kind of the only complaint because it's a little thin at top. So sometimes your back would kind of feel like it wants to tip to one end, but now it is upgraded. So it's even better than what you're seeing right here. That was my only complaint. They did upgrade the 1000 to the wider already. So that's awesome. So if you want to get this, it will have the wider, but as you can see, they got the negative 15 for decline, and it's got the ladder style. So it's super easy to adjust. And if you look at these bars, this thing is a beast. Like there's barely any wood hanging off the edge. Like that's how much steel they have supporting this, which is my complaint with a lot of adjustable weight benches. So there's your flat, and then I'm trying not to squash my hand. And then there's your decline, negative 15. And this thing does have wheels on it too. There's the wheels. So I think that's awesome to be able to move it around like that. And like I said, this has the zero gap option, which I'll show you here quick. So as you can see, it's got like a 2-inch gap right now. But if I pull that, I can shut that. And then you just put this pin in there, if I could see, trying to get around the camera. And there, now you can see it is flat. So you don't have the gap there if you don't want your gap. And then obviously, say you want to raise this up, you're going to have to move it out again. And then you can raise this up. And then say you raise it there, then obviously you want to push that tight. And then you can put the pin back in again so that you can have the zero gap option. And then they also have the seats. You could raise the seat up and down. So here's to raise the seat up and down if you want to raise it up. There's the seat raised up. And this one is just to loosen the leg attachment. So if you don't want the leg attachment, you don't have to have that. This leg attachment is actually really nice. It's got like a leather to it, probably a fake leather, but it's actually pretty nice. It's got the red stitching and stuff on there, but you can just slide it right back on there. And then if like it's not tight enough for you, if it feels like it's wobbling a little bit, all you do is just tighten this here quick to as tight as you want. And then when you're doing your abs or whatever, it won't basically move at all. Here's the Fitness Reality 1000, another great option to go with that Fitness Reality Power Rack. There's the 2000, here's the 1000. This does have the upgraded wider back. This has 6 adjustments, including decline. But then when you move this pin, the pin's actually on the other side, but you move this, it'll move this in a little bit, which actually makes all of these go back 5 degrees. So it's actually like you have 12 different options as far as incline level. So I think that's pretty awesome. And here is, this obviously is not as nice as a leg holder there, but is actually very comfortable with the leg being out like that. A lot of them, the legs almost, like the cheap benches, the legs almost straight down where you put your legs, and it actually arches your back or feels extremely uncomfortable and do decline. But when this leg is out, it's actually very comfortable doing decline. So I do like that. Obviously, it doesn't have a zero gap option like that one, but I don't think anybody is going to probably need it. I don't even notice any gap there at all when I'm doing anything with that. But like I said, this 800 weight capacity, and that's 850. So they both go perfect with this rack. This would be my ultimate setup. If I only had $500 to spend and I wanted to get a bench and a power rack, I would get this setup. I'd get the Fitness Reality 2000. And then I would get this Fitness Reality 810 XLT Power Rack. Obviously, if you can save up and get something a little more hardcore, obviously that would be nice. But I mean, I think this is plenty good for most people. As you can see, I got 225 on there just to kind of show you, like as if you were going to work out. I'll do a quick couple of reps of this. I'm not warmed up at all. The max I can bench is like 315 for 3 reps. So I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just going to do a couple reps. You can kind of hear when I set it down on there if it sounds really loud. All right, guys, that was my Fitness Reality 810 XLT Power Rack review. I know I could have showed a ton of different workouts, but you guys understand how workouts with power racks go and weight benches and stuff like that. So I didn't want to spend too much time doing that stuff. It doesn't shake much. I think it's very stable for its weight capacity at 800 pounds and for its price at around 250. So to be shipped to your door for that. And then these benches I recommended that I showed you in here, I mean, you can watch my reviews on them. I highly recommend those weight benches for if you're trying to get something the best for cheap you can get. That's what I recommend. So if you guys like this, leave a like. And if you want to see those other attachments, just leave some comments saying you want to see it, because I don't want to spend more money on that stuff if people don't really want to see that. So let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.